Imagine a serene morning, a tranquil lake reflecting the rising sun. A perfect day for a quiet walk, perhaps some fishing. But on one such morning, the peace was shattered, replaced by a discovery that would haunt a small town for decades. A body, meticulously placed almost as if presented. A mystery so cold, it felt frozen in time. This is the story of the Lake Lady. Our story begins on April 2nd, 1980, in a picturesque lakeside community. The kind of place where everyone knows everyone, and violent crime is practically unheard of. But that changed when a local fisherman made a gruesome discovery. He found her by the water's edge, a woman, fully clothed, lying peacefully. Too peacefully. Her purse was gone, but strangely, her shoes were meticulously placed beside her body. No signs of a struggle. It was clear this wasn't an accident. This was murder. The victim was soon identified as Martha Miller, a beloved 48-year-old librarian known for her kindness and quiet demeanor. Who would want to harm Martha, and why? The initial investigation was intense. The entire community was in shock. Police swarmed the scene looking for any clue. They interviewed dozens of people, neighbors, friends, Martha's colleagues. Everyone had the same sentiment. Martha was a wonderful woman, no enemies. The biggest puzzle? The lack of evidence. No murder weapon was found. No clear footprints other than the fishermen's and the police. And despite extensive searches, Martha's purse remained missing. The motive was a complete blank. Was it robbery gone wrong? A personal vendetta? With nothing to go on, the case quickly went cold. For years, Martha Miller's murder was a constant shadow over the town. Every April 2nd, locals would remember the Lake Lady. Detectives would periodically review the file, hoping for a new angle, a new piece of technology, anything. But the file gathered dust. The theory of a robbery was the most plausible, but even that felt incomplete. If it was just about money, why the careful placement of her shoes? Why no signs of struggle? It hinted at something more deliberate, almost ritualistic. Some speculated it was a drifter passing through, but no such person was ever identified. The community whispered. Was it a local? Someone who knew Martha? The fear lingered that a killer was still among them, living a normal life. Decades passed. Martha's family never gave up hope, tirelessly pushing for answers. And then in the late 2000s, something revolutionary happened in forensic science, the advancement of DNA technology. In 2008, nearly 30 years after Martha's death, the county cold case unit decided to revisit the Lake Lady file. They pulled out every piece of evidence they had, and there was one item, preserved meticulously since 1980, that held a silent secret: Martha's clothing. A tiny, almost imperceptible stain was found on her sweater. It was too small to be analyzed back in 1980. But now, with cutting-edge techniques, they believed they could extract a DNA profile. The results came back. A full male DNA profile. This was it. The first real lead in nearly 3 decades. Police immediately ran the profile through national databases. And they got a hit. A man named Arthur Jenkins. Arthur was 62 years old, living a seemingly normal life just a few towns over. He had a minor criminal record from his youth, but nothing recent, nothing violent. And here's the kicker. Arthur Jenkins had been living in that very lakeside community back in 1980. He was interviewed like countless others in the initial investigation, but he was just a young man then, working odd jobs and quickly dismissed. No one ever connected him to Martha Miller, until now. Armed with the DNA evidence, detectives brought Arthur Jenkins in for questioning. He initially denied everything, feigning shock and confusion. But as the detectives presented the irrefutable scientific proof, the walls began to crumble. Finally, after hours of questioning, Arthur Jenkins broke down. He confessed. He told them he had been drinking heavily that night. He saw Martha walking home alone, late. He followed her, attempted to rob her, and when she resisted, he panicked. He pushed her, and she hit her head. He was terrified, thought he had killed her, and fled. Later, he returned to move the body, carefully placing her by the lake, hoping it would look like an accident or someone else's doing. He took her purse, discarding it somewhere in a panic and could never remember where. The truth was far less sinister than the community had imagined, but no less tragic. A desperate act by a young, intoxicated man. Martha Miller wasn't targeted for some dark secret. She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Arthur Jenkins was charged and convicted of Martha Miller's murder. He received a lengthy prison sentence, finally bringing justice to Martha and her family after nearly 3 decades of agony. This case is a powerful testament to the persistence of law enforcement and the incredible advances in forensic science. It shows that even the coldest cases can find resolution, that answers can emerge from the darkest corners of history. What do you think about the Lake Lady case? Does the motive surprise you? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this investigation compelling, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more true crime stories, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.